Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Shikimori is Not Just a Cutie, episode 3, Sunny After Misfortune. And this show has been another really great romantic comedy anime for me, and Shikimori and Izumi are just another great couple. It's just I've seen a lot of these good couples between these two, between Mare and Gojo, and then of course of Rideout and Ahiren. And this episode, it's just another more hilarious, funny stuff. Especially especially for Izumi's misfortune, which it's been toned down though. Now it's not like there's another sign falling on him. No, it's like the casual bad things like when he loses his wallet and etc. Right, those kind of misfortunes. And when he gets some from his friend, gets him 2 ticket passes for a movie, and he wants to ask Shikimori out. But when he says that, he's like, when he's want to see a movie, then cuts him off, and she says, "Yeah, I'll do it." So. And each of them were both really excited to go out on their date. Like first to get the one hand with Izumi, where since he knows about his misfortune, right? So he's trying to be prepared for this so that his date would go well, right? Like he's packing like some extra umbrellas and some towels and stuff, right? But the thing is, his backpack is too heavy for him. So, and also the fact that he since he lost his wallet the first time we see. He attaches a string to it to make sure he doesn't lose it. So our boy, is being really fully prepared for this. And while back with Shikimori at her house, and she's wearing glasses, hair down, right, different look for her, right. And we'll also get a little tease about with we see an appearance from her brother. She has a brother, and asking what she's doing. And because she's been trying out different dresses, she wants to make herself look glamorous for our boy Izumi. And she's reading a magazine reading a magazine like How to Be Cute, all that stuff, right? And which is really funny, And until when the day comes, she's looking really pretty, too much to our guy's liking. And when they go to when they finally go to the movie, they go to the theater, right? And he's like questioning what kind of movies which she would see, right? And she said she's perfectly fine for what you see, but he says, what, you're always thinking of me though, but I want to see something that what you will want to see. So she picks out a scary horror movie. On the poster it says Red Balloon. It's a clown horror movie, which Red Balloon clown. I think they're purposely trying to take their anime version of It. Yeah, so they're basically trying to do like their anime version of It, because clown, red balloon, right? They all float. Which is sad though, because first of all, when they go to the movie, when the movie starts, which really well done animation for the style of the movie they're watching. Kind of reminds me of My Dress Up Darling. The style of the animation when they're watching with the animes that they're watching. I like how the style of animation they put in to make watch the anime The anime we're watching is the anime they're watching, right? Same thing with this movie that we're watching. I like the style of animation they put into it. Kind of reminds me of that from My Dress Up Darling, and he's getting all freaked out because he's getting a little scared because he hasn't been this scared. I mean, we saw him watching a flashback. He's watching it at home. He's watching a movie, kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but he's wearing a Jason Voorhees mask. And he thought it was that scary, but when he watches this, he's absolutely terrifying. And because he's thinking, if you just he watches, he may gets the idea that maybe that Shikimori will hold him, and when she's scared though. But it's like he's the one who gets terrified, but Shikimori is the one who ends up holding his hand. And so we get back to the movie about this clown movie, right? Which kind of looks like their version of It, right? Sad to say, I was more interested in seeing that version of that more than the stupid new It movies we got. How sad is that? I mean, I wanted to see that anime version of It, or Red Balloon, it's called in the movie. Sadly, I'd rather see that version than the stupid It shit movies we got. Yeah, shit. I'm calling it shit. It shit. Yeah. So yeah, seeing shit shit. Part 1 and Part 2. Sad to say. But I like that style of animation though, and then he's glad that he didn't see us alone. He would have passed out by himself, right? So he's glad that she was with him, and they were gonna get dinner, right? But he lost his wallet again. Even despite he attached a string to it, though the string itself broke, so he lost his wallet yet again. So instead, he decides to take her to his place and introduces to his parents, and we get a really nice, sweet, wholesome moment, when that Izumi's parents, they just instantly just fall in love with her. That was another hilarious part about that. It's sweet though, but at the same time it's very funny because they just fall in love with her because she's so charming and cute and all that stuff, right? Like give her so much food to eat, here, try some of this. And it's to the point where I believe that Izumi's mother, because she grabs some tongs, she actually drops it, and ends up seeing a fork sending flying towards our guy Izumi, and Shikimori is there to grab it to protect him, save him again. So, and even there's a point where his mom is washing dishes, she actually drops a plate, and Shikimori catches it. So I'm thinking, she may have a similar curse that she passed on to her son. Although it's early to say that though, but it's hard to tell. But she's a bit of a clumsy and also almost causing a misfortune as well. So I'm like, did Izumi get all this misfortune from her mom? It's hard for me to say though. It's kind of curious about that though. And then after that, Izumi is passed out on the couch after eating. And get some, like I said, wholesome moments. Like I said, when Shikimori is talking to his mom, explaining how, he's always getting some self-injury. Like back when he was a little boy, he's covered in cuts and bruises, bandages all over himself. And to the point where, that his mom is always worried about him, though, but he's always smiling when he leaves the house, though, because he expects, he's kind of like, he's used to it, expects that kind of stuff, though. So he doesn't pity himself for that, because that's the stuff, kind of things that always happen to him. So he's not worried about it because it's what he's used to, though. And the fact that he has a nice cute girlfriend that looks and cares for him, and saying that you can come over to our house anytime. And there's even a point where she gets embarrassed when the mom brings up, oh, do you want to see his middle school pictures or when he was a baby? And she gets like, oh, she gets embarrassed by that. And then I was all smiling and all that stuff. It was very wholesome, but sometimes very funny as well. And then when Izumi wakes up, he sees that I forgot before I speak with the dad, his dad, because another was a very hilarious line that the dad says. That when the mom says, to Shikimori, it's like, oh, I wish, I wish you could be my girlfriend too, right? And the dad comes in and he hears this saying right there. He's saying, oh, having an affair in front of me, I would cry. Oh, that was probably. Oh, you have an affair right in front of me, I would cry. that was really on point, hilarious, really on point there. So I'm loving the mom, I'm loving the dad, and the dad is like, it's like when like I said, when Izumi wakes up, he wakes up finds that his dad and Shikimori, they're like playing a Wii boxing game on a Wii because the controllers, right? So it was a very fun, hilarious, and wholesome moment what Shikimori has with Izumi's parents. It was very wholesome as well, but funny too. And so, like I said, you can come over anytime you want. And then is when Izumi is walking her home, and then after the credits, where she gets this notification, but from someone I forget the name though, but somebody I think it was in the school, I think, and that's when it ends there. So, but yeah, episode 3, it was another hilarious one. I think it was really a more wholesome because especially with the spend time when she's bonding with his parents, and they instantly just love her already. So yeah, this was a very another wholesome and very funny moment too. Like Izumi's being he's trying to be prepared for his misfortune, but at the same time, it doesn't happen because he loses his wall regardless. Though, even to the point where even the string broke, and with the whole movie date, right? With that whole clown movie, which Sally says I'm more interested in seeing that than the new shit movies we got. But it was still funny when he was terrified but yeah, she was scared too. But she wanted it was glad that she saw it with him. So yeah, it was just everything about what I was very really charm and wholesome. Mostly a wholesome episode, I would say. But yeah, so Shikimori is not just a cutie. Episode 3, really good episode. I enjoyed it, and I've been seeing some really great anime couples I've seen. Like I said, Marin and Gojo, to me, I think for what from their chemistry from that series is really spot on. 10 out of 10 for me. Then we had Rideout and Ahiren in their own ways, which is such a cute relationship as well. Especially when the teacher was like misunderstanding, like they were two are flirting with each other in the last episode. And then we got our guy Izumi and Shikimori, and which the difference is, but the difference is between the other two because these two were already in a relationship, so that's what the difference is. And the point where if the parents like Shikimori so much, I want to see the point. I'm curious to see how if she wants to take Izumi back to her place and introduce to her family, right? Because we saw a little glimpse of Shikimori's brother. We saw her brother, right? So maybe there's a point where he'll go over to her place and introduce to her family. Because these two are also just a really cute couple. Really, because they need each other, right? Because she's the one who wants to protect him. They need each other, so that's why I think there's another great couple we have on our hands here. So yeah, but so that's episode 3. I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and we'll see y'all later.